Shalom Chiefs, welcome back to today's video, and in this video we are back again in the Galarian Legion Challenge Prep ep. This is ep number 6, or episode number 6, and we're going to be going through the team today, and it's a little bit of a different one, so just hold fire and I'll explain in a minute. But if you do enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and check me out on Twitch every Wednesday, Thursday and Friday at 6:30 PM GMT or BST dependent on the current time zone. Make sure you leave a comment as well, because that really helps me in the algorithm. And also check out ASConflict, who is down below in the description, both his Twitch and his YouTube, as he is the other person as part of this series. So let's get started. So pretty much what I've gone ahead and done is almost done sort of the hard work for this video already. And you'll go, how have you done that, Lycos? Well, what I've managed to do is pretty much figure out who we're going to be taking into the next fight. Now, unfortunately, it's not looking great for our chances of the next fight because of the fighting gym, and because we're only allowed to take out 2 people, or 2 mons, should I say, at a time, Pokemon at a time, it makes it increasingly difficult to get it right to counteract this gym. So what we're having to do is, luckily, I've managed to work out that Gardevoir would be a huge asset that could stop us from getting absolutely clapped. I mean, like, I'm not even exaggerating at this point. This thing stops us. It doesn't maybe get us the win, to be fair, I'm going to be completely honest, but it helps us negate a lot of damage with this. Now, luckily, I've already got this from my old account, my original account that I originally played Pokémon Showdown, which was my Lycos account, which you've seen, I think you may have seen on my streams before. I had this as another Pokemon which I got, so this guy is already done. The only thing that needs doing for it, which I've already prepped it prior to this episode, but it needed a choice scarf. It didn't have an item on it at the time, because I don't think I fully finished the build. I pretty much got round to doing everything except the item. For some odd reason, I don't know why, I got an extra toy scarf because I always keep on top of my BP. So I managed to have, I had 50 BP and I bought a toy scarf for it. So I just needed to add that in. And the ability's okay, it's fine. I've kind of contemplated, you know, between the trace and the synchronized, but in looking at it, I think the trace will be more beneficial than synchronized in this obviously scenario as well. And the other Pokemon we're switching in as well is the Gyarados, which obviously in this case as well was a Pokemon from the old account, as you guys know from, you know, the start of the series. So we're swatching him. I think it's Lucario, which is coming out for the Gyarados, and I believe Magnezone for the Gardevoir as well. Now, you're probably wondering, if you do watch my streams, because I usually shiny hunt these Pokemon that we go through today, you're probably wondering, well, if you've got the Pokemon already, who are you going to shiny hunt? Now, I've been thinking about who we've versed in previous episodes, and a build that I've really liked for, you know, this team, and who I believe could fit. And I've been thinking about it for a few days, because I do a little bit of research here and there before I record these episodes. And I've been looking into one, and we're actually going to hunt Mimikyu. This Mimikyu. Now, this is the exact Mimikyu that Conflict used against us, where I believe it was in the Cupcake Badge, which obviously was the Ghost Fairy. Yeah, it was in the Cupcake Badge, where it had that awful priority Shadow Sneak, and, you know, the Play Rough and the Shadow Claw as well. I thought was immense. But it is that, and it does work within our clause of 2 items on, you know, maximum, so having 2 eye life orbs, 2 leftovers or whatever. So we're going to go with that, because I think it's a good switch in for potentially later on in the series from what we could potentially be facing. I think it's a good, it's a different type of Pokemon, except for Gengar, because the way Gengar is built, obviously with that choice scarf as well, making it super fast, it's a little bit different. And I think with the fairy typing, it could be a really interesting. So I've basically managed to work out that build from Con and put it together myself, and I think that's going to be the way we're going to do it. So we're going to shiny hunt that, and that's the only one we're going to be shiny hunting as part of this week going forward. So I think that will be where we go with that. So that's the one we're going to be shiny hunting and replace. But as it currently stands for the team going into the next gym, the 6th gym, I think this is going to be our team that we run, which will be, of course, Gyarados, Scizor, Gardevoir, Rhyperior, Volcarona, and Ferrothorn. Now, Rhyperior is super effective to fighting, but because of the bulky build that I've gone with and not the weakness policy build that a lot of people run, that's why I've left Rhyperior in over, I believe it was Lucario, because I thought it was a lot more bulky, and because of the leftovers, we gain that little bit of extra health back at the end of each turn, if you will, or each round, or whatever you want to call it. So I think that's the way to do that. So I've gone in with that approach. Volcarona could be okay. Ferrothorn could have a rocky game again with the body press in the last step. I believe it was from the Avalugg, it basically took Ferrothorn out, so we'll have to just be very careful with Ferrothorn in this regard. But I thought with it being bulky in the way it's built and what it's supposed to do with this build, I thought I'd leave that one in as well. But again, with the Scizor as well, it's got the superpower and the bullet punch, so we'll have to see what comes out of it, and with the Psycho Cut as well. But with the Gardevoir, you've got a Psy Shock, a Moonblast, a Shadow Ball, and an Energy Ball. You've got, I believe it's a Psychic move, a Fairy move, a Ghost move, and a Grass move from what I can gather. So you've got 4 different types there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so that's how we're going to be running it. And like I said, I had this previously, so we don't need to go out and get this already. We've already got it. So this team is basically done. Like on my Pokemon's shield right now, as it currently stands, while I'm working on prepping the Mimikyu for the streams, as I always do before I stream. I used to do the prep where, you know, you get it the best IVs you can, and then you start shiny hunting it and things, and getting its moveset, like if it needs any TMs, TRs. This goes for all the Pokemon that I shiny hunt. I get all of that beforehand, so that when I go to the streams, it's just solid hunting, so we get the most time out of the streams dedicated to hatching eggs, because we could, you know, get that shiny early and hopefully be able to build it. And luckily, the way Mimikyu's built, it's actually really easy to build. And luckily, I purchased a lot of Swords Dance TRs. I think I've got 4 in my bag currently. In terms of the actual moveset, it's completely done. Because of the Cram-O-Matic, I believe it's called, in the Isle of Armor DLC, I managed to get a Life Orb really, really easily for it. So the items basically sorted. The ability, it only has the one ability in Disguise, so that obviously is guaranteed. It's just about making sure I use a synchronized route to get the right nature, which is Jolly, which we need, and obviously then just getting it in the correct Pokeball, which I use, which is the Ultra Ball. I use an Ultra Ball for a lot of my shinies. I just need to make sure I catch one in an Ultra Ball that is Jolly, and then we're basically good. Prep, we just got to get at least 5 IV before we start, so that we don't waste all the bottle caps, because obviously they are expensive and they are quite rare, so we just got to make sure that that's the case. But with that being said, and now you know what we're kind of doing here, what we're going to go over with now is I'm actually going to go back into the box, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to the Mimikyu, and we're going to do the, as we've been doing, we're going to do the fighting filter, and we're going to have a look at what could potentially come up here. So we're looking at fighting. It's super effective to Fairy, Flying, and Psychic. There's a lot of weaknesses here, like our Rock and Steel types are gonna take a heavy hit there. I don't know about the rest, but I think the Rock and Steel are definitely gonna take a heavy hit in this fight. We could potentially see a Hawlucha. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Hawlucha come out. And what's it super effective to? It's super effective to Flying, Electric, Psychic, Ice, and Fairy. Could we see a Blaziken? I mean, I can't. With the speed boost ability as well, I believe that's HA. Flying, Ground, Water, and Psychic. Conkeldurr, I could potentially see maybe a Komodo as well. Flying, Psychic, and Fairy. We've got Dragon Fighting this time. Flying, Psychic, Ice Dragon, and 4 times weak to Fairy, so the Moonblast could come in heavy there. Minshao, you've got Heracross. Oh, it's just a solid fighting type again. Heracross is the other one we wanted to have a look at here. Scroll our way down, and we are looking at Flying times 4 Psychic Fairy with the fire. Fighting Ground. There's a Rock times 1, which could be interesting there. So we'll look at Beware first. Fighting. It's got times 2 weakness to Fighting. Obviously, Lucario is Fighting Steel, but I'm not too aware of his actual like weaknesses to a degree. Fighting Ground and Fire. So I knew he was weak to Fire. Ground obviously makes sense because he gets Earthquaked a lot when I've battled with Con before and he's gone down. And obviously Fighting as well. So he could potentially bring that. Pangoro, Fighting Dark. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. Just the normal weaknesses. Surfetch and Toxicroak are the next ones we need to look at. Again, it's just normal. So is it just solely fighting? Yes. Their Toxicroak, I think it's like poison fighting or fight. Yeah, poison fighting. And we're looking at 4 times weak to psychic with a 2 times to ground. I'm tempted to swap out a move, you know, whether it's viable, because we're relying too much on Gyarados with the EQ, because we have Rock Slide, right? And yes, you have the high rock ratio, but if I did Earthquake, see, I'm thinking, could we not add Earthquake to that? So we swap out Stone Edge. So yes, the normal one is Stone Edge, but we could have an extra Earthquaker just in case any of these are brought out. I think that's the way to go with this one. So I will have to grab myself an extra PR for Earthquake and put that on the Rhypheria, and I'll do that after this recording. But I think that could be good, because then we've got 2 Earthquakers that could potentially do, you know, bits, because obviously we can't rely on the Gyarados to get knocked out with a Moxie. And obviously, yes, it has Earthquake, but we can't rely on it dying and then not having an Earthquake needed. So I think using that on the Rhypheria, which I've definitely seen, could be a way around that as well. And I don't use, I feel like I would use Rock Slide more than, because of the flinch, more than I would the Stone Edge. We've got the Machamp, that could definitely come out, but that is just a fighting type, so we don't need to deal with that one. Hitmonlee, Hitmontop, Persimmon, all of those are just normal fighting types. What else have we got? We could see if, again, Phalanx, normal fighting type. Gallade, maybe, fighting, flying, Ghost and Fairy. Fairly normal there with that one. What else have we got? We've got the Poliwrath in water fighting. Is there any more? I do not believe so. We'll just look at Poliwrath, and I think that's what we want to look at. We're looking at Flying, Grass, Electric, Psychic, Fairy. Poliwrath has 5 weaknesses, so I don't think he'd bring that out that much. I think, if I'm going to be completely honest, I could see a lot of these coming out. If anything, he'll run maybe a Hawlucha, possibly a Blaziken because of the speed boost, possibly a Conkeldurr because that's used a lot now, possibly even a Komodo, maybe a Heracross, maybe a Lucario. I can't really see Pangoro coming out. Possibly a Toxicroak because that's one of his favorite Pokemon. Maybe a Machamp. And I don't know if he'd run another Hitmon. Can't see him running Gallade really, and can't really see him running Poliwrath. So yeah, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I could see Hawlucha, Blaziken, Conkeldurr, maybe a Minchao, Heracross, Lucario, Toxicroak, and maybe a Machamp coming out. But apart from that, I don't really think, you know, much of it. So I think finally what we're going to do is I'm just going to do a validation to make sure it's valid for Gen 8 OU. And what we're going to do is we're going to take on some OU battles with Gym 6. And we're going to see how we get on here. Right, I've just logged in. I was having a bit of trouble logging in there. So we don't want the main team. We want to run Gym 6. We'll do 2 or 3 battles. We'll see what we've got the time for and how long these battles take. But let's go with everything here. Right, so we've got a Landorus, Rillaboom, Scizor, Heatran, Dragapult. We'll lead with Gyarados here. Intimidate does come out. And I'm honestly going to Dragon Dance here. I knew the U-turn would maybe come out, but we've got the Dragon Dance up. And I'm going to bounce. I missed. And what's he going to go in with this? Oh, do I need to select it again? Okay, bounce resisted. And there is the Thunderbolt. Super effective, comes down. Right, let's have a look here. We'll go with the Rhypheria here. Now, this Rhypheria obviously has EQ on it. Oh, no, hang on. It has Levitate anyway, so I don't know why I went with that. So, we'll go with Sword Stance here. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not playing this very well. If the Hydro Pump comes out, I need super effective to water. Right. Let's go with Gardevoir here and see what we can do. And let's go with the Energy Ball. Or do we go with Side Shock and see how we do? We'll go with Side Shock and see how much damage we can do. Oh, he goes in with Sizzle here. And we'll go into Volcarona. We resisted. He does get the burn from the flame body there. We will Quiver Dance because he'll think we're Flamethrower. Yeah. And there it is. And we'll go in with Psychic and see how much damage we do. Oh, okay. So he's resisted to that. Okay, Bug Buzz. Let's see if he takes some damage to bug moves. He's resistant to that as well. Okay. We've pretty much lost this one, I think. We'll go into this anyway. And we'll superpower him. Okay, he's super effective to fighting, so we'll take him down. I got one down at least. Rotom here. And we'll go in with... what is he? Electric Water. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Superpower takes us down a little bit more. We'll go in with the Bullet Punch here and see how much damage we do. Nothing there. Bullet Punch again. And resisted. And death. Okay. Interesting. And what we're going to do is we'll Shadow Ball him. We'll Shadow Ball this guy and see what we can do. Because he's not as fast as me, so will he come out? Yeah, he will. More effective. And finally, Ferroform. We'll Leech Seed him. We didn't take as much damage to the superpowers as I thought we would. Our box comes out. And we'll take some health from you. And we will Stealth Rocks. Okay, the Stealth Rocks are set. Right, we want to Leech Seed you now to survive. Okay, Iron Barbs. Oh, he's immune to things like that. Okay. So he's immune to Leech Seed. That's fine. We'll do that one. We'll see how much the Gyro Ball does. Gyro Ball does quite a bit. And we'll just Gyro Ball again because we seem to do a lot of damage. See how much damage we can actually do. Right, he's down. It's 2. With the grassy terrain up as well, and the Stealth Rocks. There's that. Right, we now Leech Seed you. Yep. We're still getting stuff on grassy terrain here, but we'll Gyro Ball this guy and see how much we do. I'm resisted. If he hadn't knocked off, I could have done a lot of damage. Here we go. That's a third. Ferroform coming in big. I still think we'll lose it though. Ah, unlucky. Superpower comes through. GG. Fair enough. And wow, I was surprised about that battle, but let's get into the second one. See how we do. But Ferroform came in clutch there. Just having a little bit of a search and see if we can find our second battle. Okay, so here we are. We've got Incineroar, Gliscod, Garchomp, Horlucha, Crobat, and Regieleki. Let's go in with our Gyarados to start. See how it all looks. Okay. Garchomp to start. Waterfall. Cool. Okay. Right. We'll go in with Bullet Punch and see how much damage we do. There you go. Bullet Punch. The rough skin there comes down. What are we saying here? Are we going to see anything come out specifically? I don't know if he'd go in with the Horloge or something. I can't see him going in. Maybe the Regieleki comes out here. No, Horloge. Okay. So we'll go in with Psycho Cut. Okay. I'm gonna go with Moonblast here. Is he confident enough to switch out and go in with something else? I don't know. And he is going to go into Regieleki here. Moonblast comes out. And oh my goodness, Gracianus. Now, this Regieleki is probably faster because I know how fast this thing can be. But even with Choice Scarf on. But whether he'd... Yeah, there we go. And oh, he takes recoil from that. I think he used like Discharge or something. Right. We'll go in with... The only thing I worry about is the Incineroar, I'm going to be honest. He's flying. We could Rock Slide here. Fire Punch maybe? Okay. Poor Lucha is doing me in. Sound amazing. Okay, Paraphone Clutch again, guys. Here we go. Paraphone Clutch again. DT. Okay, moving up. Well, GG. There we go. Well, such a shame. Right, let's get into the final battle of the episode. Only 3 Pokemon in Shuckle, Fable, and Cresselia. Cresselia is Psychic type. It's got Levitate, so we can't take damage from bits and pieces there. Brick Room comes up. Well, we've got Rock here, which could be an issue. Okay, we'll just bounce again. He missed the Stone Edge. He can't hit me with the Stone Edge again, I think. So we'll come out to Cresselia here. Bounce is going to do him in. Paralyze as well on the bounce. Tripru goes down. And he forfeited. Okay, we'll do one more because that was a weird team. And he only had 3 Pokemon. So we'll go in with... We'll go for one more. We'll go for one more full battle because I'm like, that's better. And this team is going to... Oh my god. God alive. Okay. He's gone in with Mew. And we're going to Dragon Dance here. We'll bounce. See what damage we can do. It's got possible abilities to synchronize. Buzzwole comes out. And what we're looking at, Bug Fighting. Super effective, it goes down. Beautiful start. With the Moxie as well. So that's good. And he forfeited straight off the bat. Wow. Okay, well, I guess that's where we're just going to leave it because we've done 4 extra battles, but he forfeited. And I don't want the recording to go on for too long. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everything that I'm going over in the, in the future of the episodes kind of makes sense going into future things, because We may need the Mimikyu here and there, so who knows. But I think it will be a good fit for the team. But I think the Gardevoir and the Gyarados coming in will be great. As I said, they're basically this team for the next week coming. The fight coming to the 6th gym is all done, except for, to a degree now, because I've changed my mind, we're going to add EQ onto, or Stone Edge on the Rhytheria, which I can do today after this recording. But apart from that, it's all basically good. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and obviously check me out on Twitch every Wednesday, Thursday and Friday at 6:30 PM GMT or BST, depending on the current time zone. Make sure you comment on the video because that helps me out in the algorithm. And also be sure to check out ASConflict down below in the description. Both his YouTube and Twitch channels are down there. And I will see you guys for the next fight, which is going to be for the Brawler Badge for the fighting type gym. I will see you guys very, very soon. Take care, Chiefs. Peace. Have a good rest of your day. I will see you guys soon. Bye-bye.